Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, checking your bank account and seeing a balance of exactly $10 million. You rub your eyes thinking it's a glitch, but you turn on the news and the anchor is ecstatic. A radical new economic policy just took place overnight. Everyone, your neighbor, your boss, the barista at your local coffee shop, and every single person on your social media feed has just been handed $10 million. Welcome to Mind After Money. Today, we're going to explore what would really happen if everyone became rich overnight, economically, psychologically, and socially. Because money changes people, but a world where everyone has money might change human behavior in ways nobody expects. Suddenly, the collective anxiety that hangs over society evaporates. Rent stress, gone. Credit card debt, wiped out. The constant nagging fear of the future that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. completely vanishes. You feel a rush of pure euphoria. Everyone is rich. We finally solved the human struggle. Or so you think. You decide to celebrate. You head to your favorite local restaurant for a celebratory steak dinner. But when you get there, the doors are locked. There's a handwritten note taped to the glass. We're closed. Everyone got rich, so we all quit. You shrug it off and try to order a luxury car or a new laptop online. You open the app, but there's an error message. The delivery companies aren't operating because the drivers don't need the money. The factories have stopped because the workers are currently sipping cocktails on a beach. You look around and the trash cans are overflowing because no one is showing up to collect the garbage. Within 48 hours, the ultimate dream turns into a bizarre, quiet chaos. This brings us to an uncomfortable psychological truth about money. We don't actually want to be rich in isolation. What we subconsciously crave is the gap between us and everyone else. Most of us spend our entire lives chasing a number, believing money is a concrete object, a physical shield that protects us. We've been conditioned to think wealth is an absolute value. If you have the golden ticket, you get into the chocolate factory. But this is the fundamental mistake of financial psychology. Money is not an object. Money is a language of social agreements and human energy. When you hold a $100 bill, you aren't holding anything of intrinsic value. You can't eat it, and it won't keep you warm. What you hold is a token that says, the human being standing in front of me owes me $100 worth of their time, sweat, and creativity. Money functions entirely on scarcity. It relies on the basis that some people have more and some have less, forcing those with less to trade their life energy to those with more. When we dream about becoming wealthy, our brains play a psychological trick. We imagine ourselves becoming rich while everyone else stays exactly the same. We imagine walking into a world where we hold all the leverage. But what happens when the leverage disappears? To understand the mechanics of what happens next, imagine you find a small grocery store where the owner opened the doors just out of pure boredom. You walk in and see a single loaf of bread on the shelf. 2 days ago, that loaf cost $3, but now you have $10 million in your pocket. The person next to you also has $10 million. The 10 people waiting outside all have $10 million. You all want that exact same loaf of bread, and money cannot fill your stomach. The store owner doesn't need your $3. He has $10 million at home. So, he says, whoever wants this bread needs to offer me something that actually moves the needle. The person next to you shouts, I'll give you $10,000. Another screams, $50,000. Before you know it, that simple loaf of bread is sold for $500,000. This is the mechanical reality of inflation, but looking at it through pure math misses the psychological trauma. What just happened was the total destruction of a lifetime of human effort. If everyone becomes rich at the exact same time, nobody is rich. The absolute amount of money in your account skyrocketing doesn't change the physical reality of the earth. There are still a limited number of houses on the beach, a limited number of steaks, and a limited number of hours in a day. Prices adjust instantly to reflect the true scarcity of physical goods and human labor. Your $10 million suddenly buys you the exact same amount of stuff that your $10 used to buy. But why do we work in the first place? The standard answer is to pay the bills. The deeper psychological answer is that we are driven by survival anxiety, status, and a need for purpose. And money is the ultimate proxy for all three. If everyone is rich, survival anxiety is artificially removed and the status game is completely scrambled. Imagine a world where a neurosurgeon who spent 12 years in medical school saving lives can buy the exact same lifestyle as someone who sits on the couch playing video games all day. From an ethical standpoint, you might think everyone deserves comfort, but psychologically, humans are deeply sensitive to fairness and effort. When you decouple effort from reward entirely, something breaks. The neurosurgeon stops operating. The engineer stops designing bridges. The farmer stops tending to the crops. Society doesn't run on money. It runs on cooperation and discipline. Money was just the carrot we used to trick ourselves into cooperating. This ties into a concept called the hedonic treadmill, the idea that human beings rapidly adapt to new levels of comfort. But there is a second part to this equation: relative deprivation. We do not measure our well-being by how much we have in an absolute sense. We measure it by comparing ourselves to the people around us. If you live in a modest house but everyone else lives in a tent, you feel like a king. But if you live in a beautiful mansion and everyone else lives in a 50-room palace, your brain registers that as a failure. If everyone becomes rich overnight, the psychological satisfaction of wealth vanishes instantly. The joy of a luxury watch isn't just its gears, it's the subtle signal to the world that you achieved status. If the person cleaning the streets wears the exact same watch, it loses its psychological utility. Human desire simply shifts its target. We would stop fighting over money, and we would start fighting over things money can no longer buy: attention, validation, and power. This realization shouldn't make you cynical about money. It should make you intentional. True wealth is never about having more than someone else. True wealth is autonomy, using money as a tool to buy back your time, your health, and your freedom. When you chase money just to win a status game, you play a game that cannot be won because the baseline constantly moves. Instead of optimizing for an absolute number, optimize for financial resilience. Build an emergency fund because it buys you a shield against unexpected chaos. Invest your money in assets so they can generate the passive income required to buy your freedom from a soul-draining job. Focus on mastering a craft because when money loses its meaning, true value lies in what you can actually do or offer to the world. Your personal capability is the only asset inflation can never destroy. If everyone became rich tomorrow, we would quickly learn that the things that truly make life worth living cannot be manufactured by a central bank. You cannot print a meaningful relationship, a sense of genuine purpose, or a quiet conscience. The next time you feel that anxious knot in your stomach about money, the feeling that you are falling behind in the race, take a deep breath and look around. The real riches of life are already sitting right in front of us, completely detached from our bank accounts. They are found in a conversation with a friend who truly understands you, the quiet joy of a morning walk, or the deep satisfaction of working hard on something you care about. Money is an incredible servant, but a horrible master. Use it to build your freedom, protect your loved ones, and buy your peace. But never let it convince you that your worth is measured by the gap between your wallet and the rest of the world. Because in a world where everyone is rich, the only things that hold any value are the things we give away for free. My name is Dhirain, and if this dive into the hidden world of money psychology sparked a new perspective for you, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the way we think, live, and build wealth. The most valuable investment you can ever make isn't in a stock or a property, it's in understanding your own mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.